guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so thankful that you decided to click on this video and spend a little bit of time with me today. I'm going to be sharing all of the whips that I have started in the last week. And it's a few. I have this little problem that I talked about in a video a few weeks ago where it seems like I just continually start new projects and then I'm in the middle of a bunch of different ones and you know, it's hard for me to finish things, but I do have a finished object, actually a few, to share with you in this video also. So if you are interested in what I've been working on this week, I would encourage you to stick around, and if you liked this video, then please like this video. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I would hope that you would and join our awesome community here on YouTube. So I'm going to start with my finished objects. I have my phone turned around this time so I can't see myself, and it's kind of freaking me out that everything's out of frame, but my ring light broke, and so trying to film on the front facing camera, it's just too dark. So I'm trying to film with the back camera, so I hope everything is in focus and in frame. So I have my cardigan that I did in our county's colors. I work in the school system in our county, and green, white, and black are our school colors. So let me get this down. I will insert a picture of me wearing this cardigan. I really love it. It's a granny square cardigan. It's by Kelly from Craft in a Cuppa. I will definitely link her video tutorial below. But I have made a few of these hexagon cardigans, and what I love about them is literally the combinations are endless. They're so easy to make, and you can just customize them exactly how you want. You can do open flowy sleeves, or you can do cuffed sleeves. You can make them long, or you can make it short. It's so customizable, and the fit is just perfect for you if you're making it for yourself, because it's all made to measure. So it's not just like, you know, here are the amount of stitches you need to do for small, medium, large, and above. It's like you measure each part for each size to make sure that it fits correctly. So I love that about her patterns. Most of her patterns are that way. So here's the finished project. Again, I hope you can see it. I hate not being able to see myself and know what I'm showing. But I really love the way this turned out. And again, I will put a picture up for you to see what it looks like on. This is the first one that I've made at this length. And I really, really like it. It is made out of just your basic 4-weight acrylic, just value yarn. I used Premier Basics, I think, for these, and you know, it's not like the softest thing in the world, but it is soft. I haven't washed this yet, and so I am hoping it will soften up even more, because it is a bit stiff, just because you know, I think I could have went up one hook size, but overall I really love the way this turned out, so I'm happy to have that done. But if you know me, I finish one thing and then I start 100 more things, so that's what happens in my life. But I did get a knitting machine, and I did a video on the knitting machine, me just opening it up and trying it out as a first timer. I've never used a knitting machine before. I bought the Centro, and I really, really like it. I messed around with it for the first few days of having it, and I really love it. I've made 3 hats. I did order some pom-poms to put on the top, but the color that I wanted was kind of on back order, so I'm still waiting for those. I did get another color, but I don't love it, to be honest. It would have to go, it was like a darker color, and I would have to use it on a darker hat, I think, for it to look good. The color I really wanted was like a natural, like beige cream colored pom-pom. So I haven't put them on yet. Anyway, I will link that video below. This is the first hat that I made, and this was just out of, I can't remember which yarn, but it turned out really good for my first one. This is like a double, you know, a double layered beanie. Really easy to make. I thought I would have more of a learning curve with using the knitting machine, but it actually is really easy. After the first couple that I made, I really got the hang of it. I did make a beanie for my son out of a UK blue color, and he doesn't know where it is now, so that's that. This is the, what is this called? The Painterly yarn by Premier. So I did a hat. I was kind of playing around with how many rows that I liked for the beanies. So this one I made a little bit smaller, but this one is really stretchy and nice, and I like the way that the colors played out. That's one thing that's fun about having the knitting machine, is in crochet, I feel like so many yarn colorways are made for knitting. And if you don't knit, you know, you don't get to see like what the color was intended for. So I like to be able to use the knitting machine and see how the colors play out on certain things. So there's that one. This is what it looks like on. Excuse the hat hair after I take these off. I really like this one. It is nice and soft and not itchy at all. So I really like that. And they have several different colorways of this. So I could definitely see me using these to make beanies for Christmas. And then, yeah, that was only 2 beanies, other than the one I made for my son. And then I have a few other yarns that I've picked out that I want to use for that. So then, this is something I didn't show, and I probably should have grabbed it, but I had a beanie fail the other day. Not on the knitting machine, but a crochet one. I don't know what it is, but I used to only crochet beanies when I first started crocheting about 12 years ago, and I never had an issue. And for some reason, most of the beanies I make now I struggle with. I either make them too big or too small, and I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what my problem is. I think it's me, not the patterns. So I'm always on the hunt for a good beanie pattern, because even though this is really nice to make the beanies on the knitting machine, I still enjoy making crochet hats. So I actually started 2 hats, and the reason I did is because I saw, I think her channel is Crafty Mama Mer. I hope that's right. I will link her channel in the description. She has a pattern for a beanie where she holds 2 strands of 4-weight yarn together. And I love that. I've always loved to hold 2 strands together and make some beautiful color combinations. So I saw one of the beanies she made, and it really inspired me to want to try and put some colors together. She likes to pair, she doesn't always do this, but I've saw a couple where she's paired a solid color with a striping yarn. And I just think that looks so beautiful. So I hunted around my room to try to find a good combo, and here's a couple that I came up with. So I actually took this out of my temperature blanket basket. This is the color, what is it called? Cinnamon Cedar from I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. And this is really cool. It's a striping yarn that has so many cool, unique fall colors in it. And so I wanted to pair that with like a mustard color. This is actually from Hobby Lobby. It was a clearance yarn and I actually made I'll put a picture of it right here. I made a shirt, like a sort of like a mesh type shirt, boho type shirt with fringe out of this, and I had a couple skeins left over, so I wanted to pair these 2 together and see what they look like. So I'm not done with this yet, but here's what it's looking like so far. So it's one of those beanies that you crochet rows like this, and then you seam it together and cinch up the top, and then, you know, you can fold the brim over. So for example, just try to picture it. It's about half done. So you have the brim, you have it cinched at the top, and yeah, I think it's actually going to turn out really, really good. Her pattern is really easy to follow, and yeah, I think it's going to turn out great. So I really love this color combo. Here's a little bit of a closer look. Also, the waviness of that mustard yarn really adds a cool texture to it. Let me hold it up a little closer. Again, I cannot see what I'm filming, so hopefully this is good. But I really love how the colors are playing out, and I think like it would be so fun to play around with so many different colors doing this method. And you use a 7mm hook is what she recommends. It's a really good pattern. I will link it below in her channel. So then I was like looking around for some more things to pair together, even though I haven't finished that one yet. I just get in these moods where I want to see what colors look like when they come together. So I ended up going to Joann. I had a little bit of spare time the other night, and honestly, my Joann does not have a lot of yarn. It makes me so sad because I see all kinds of Joanns in people's videos that have walls of yarn, and it's just amazing. Well, mine doesn't. It barely even has any big twist yarn. Like, they literally have big twist value, and they did start carrying some big twist posh, and some of this different chenille yarn, I think. And that's about it for Big Twist. And then they have some, you know, Red Heart and things like that. So anyway, they did have some Big Twist value on sale. So I ended up getting these two colors. I'm a sucker for mint, and I don't have a color like this. This is the color mint. So there's that. I think that's beautiful. And then I have this color, which is lilac, I believe. Yes. And I really love that. I'm a sucker for mints and purples, two of my favorite colors. I might pair these together. I really do like that. I might do that. I also thought, I'm obsessed with granny square cardigans. I literally have 3 now. And I think this would look really good as a cardigan. So I might pair those. And then let me grab the other one. So then I found this really hot pink. And I'm usually not a hot pink person unless I put it in a scrap blanket. I think it gives a great pop of color in a scrap blanket. This is the color hot pink. Very crafty and creative with their names. But that's very vibrant, like neon pink. So then I saw this yarn, the Big Twist value in the striping, or the variegated. And this was actually in a cart. They hadn't even put it out yet, and I went and grabbed it. And thankfully it rung up. I was kind of scared that it wasn't going to ring up yet, and like they hadn't entered it, and they were going to be like, where did you get this? So anyway, I got this. This is the color Warm Brights, and I'm pairing these two together. This is a really bold hat, you guys. So here's what I started so far. Again, I just wanted to see what those look like together. It's very bright, very bold, very bright. So this one might be one that I gift for Christmas to one of the teens in our family, or maybe even to one of our neighbors. There's a little girl that lives there, so we'll see. Maybe I'll rock it. Who knows? I'm not usually a hot pink person, but I really like the way it's turning out. So that's it for the 2 hats, and honestly, I've had to force myself to not start more. I just want to see what they look like together. Maybe I should just start like making a bunch of swatches, just so I don't start another whip. I just have some little swatches to see what colors look like. That might be the smart thing to do. Okay, and then the project I'm most excited about right now, that I just cannot wait to get done. And once again, you all might get tired of me talking about Kelly from Craft in a Cuppa. I've already mentioned her in this video. She probably thinks I'm obsessed with her. But I really am obsessed with her patterns. She just, her color combos speak to me. And me and her, I feel like we have very similar taste in color. I love bright, fun, rainbow colors. So her projects just always draw me in. So like I said, I've made several granny square cardigans using her pattern. And the other day she put out a short where she showed her granny square, or granny, I keep saying granny square cardigan. It's not a granny square. It's actually a granny hexagon. So sorry, I don't know why I always call it that. Anyway, this is the granny peplum top. So I had scrolled through and saw where she had this pattern, and it really didn't catch my eye until I saw this short, because she had modified it. She had made one that was black, alternating with like a rainbow yarn, and then she made it cuffed, long sleeves cuffed, and then she made it tunic length. And the minute I saw that, I was obsessed with it. I was like, I have to make that, and I'm replicating it as exact as I can. I think she used a Lion Brand ice cream yarn, and I don't think they have that colorway anymore. So I'm actually using the Big Twist Prism. It's a little more pastel than what she used, but still has that same vibe. So I will link that below. Any patterns I ever talk about, I will definitely link below. She has an amazing video tutorial. She always does. She does such a great job with that. So basically, you make a granny square for the front, a granny square for the back. You add width to the sides, and that's as far as I've got in the pattern. But I'm sure you add, shaping up here for the neck, the sleeves, and then the flowy part that creates like the peplum look, and it has like a little drawstring. If I can, I will try to do like a little screenshot of her short for you so you can see what the plan is, what it's gonna look like. So here's what I have so far. So I have this square. So this one has, I really love that blue and that green. I love the way this one played out. So that's just the square that's going to go in the front. And then I also have the back square, but I've started adding width. So like I said, you do the square and then you're going to add width on either side. So I've only done one side, but this one has a lot of yellow in it. That's what's cool about this yarn, is every skein is different. So there is that one. Hopefully you can see well. So I think I've decided that I want this one to be the front because I like the blue. This one will be the back. But yeah, so that's all I have done on that so far, but this has honestly worked up really quickly. I'm using a 5.5mm hook, and these are 4-weight acrylics. I'm using the Premier Basics. Again, it's a little bit of a thicker 4-weight for that black. But yeah, it's really beautiful. I really love it. I can't wait to get it done. I'm so excited. I've just been so thankful lately to have like my passion for crochet be here. So many times all of us, I feel like, go through crochet slumps, and it's never fun to have that happen. But I have just been so excited to crochet everything in the world. There's Christmas patterns I want to work on. There's just so much right now. This is just like the coziest, perfect time of year to crochet. So the problem is I just want to finish everything right now. But I've learned that I think I enjoy starting things more than finishing them, even though I love finishing projects, and I've especially been into wearables lately because I can actually wear my own art, and that is so cool. But I think the thrill of starting something new and just seeing how the colors are going to play out, and it's just something that just excites me. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, seeing what I've been working on lately. I do have some other whips still in the works, but I really need to get into Christmas gift mode. I always wait till like the beginning of December and then try to rush to get everything done. So I really hope that you enjoyed seeing what I've been working on. I hope that I gave you some inspiration if you were looking for something to make. Again, everything will be listed in the description, and I did want to remind you I'm going to put a link to my Premier affiliate link, and if you click on that link you can shop as normal. It's just that I earn a little bit of a commission if you purchase anything. And then I also want to link my Amazon storefront. So this is really cool. It's where I can post all of my favorite crochet things, and I've added a few things to the list. I haven't had a lot of time to go in and add a lot of items yet, but if you click on that link, that'll be linked below, and I also earn a little bit of a commission off that as well. But you can just, again, shop normally on Amazon. It doesn't change anything, except you can see a curated list of things that I love, that I have tried and tested and think are a good item for you to purchase. So if there's anything you're interested in on that list and you buy through that link, then it helps my channel. So thank you. The verses I want to share with you today, I've been listening to Corinthians through the Bible app, and so I just wanted to read something out of there. But this is 1 Corinthians 1, verses 26 through, I guess let's go through 31. So it says, "For consider your calling, brothers. Not many of you were wise according to worldly standards. Not many were powerful, not many were of noble birth. But God chose what is foolish in the world to shame the wise. God chose what is weak in the world to shame the strong. God chose what is low and despised in the world, even things that are not, to bring to nothing things that are, so that no human being might boast in the presence of God. And because of him, you are in Christ Jesus, who became to us wisdom from God, righteousness and sanctification and redemption, so that, as it is written, let the one who boasts boast in the Lord." And I love that. It's just such a reminder of, you know, in our world, people are looked up to if they have money and power and good looks and all these things. But this is showing us that, you know, God took what the world may not consider to be worthy things, and that is what he raised up and made worthy through himself. And that is just such an amazing thing. You know, it's the gospel when we look at how none of us are worthy. And, you know, sometimes when we think, I don't have anything super special about me, how could God use me? Well, that's exactly the people he likes to use, because it shows his power. Not that he doesn't use people who do have, you know, wealth and all those things. Of course he does. But how cool that he can take the smallest, most insignificant thing or person or whatever it may be and make something great out of it, and to showcase his glory through that. That's just amazing. So Anyway, I pray that God blesses you. I pray that you really enjoyed this video and that you have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you super soon in the next one.